Here's my art station. Here you can have a look on the latest projects I've been working in. I started my career like doing a lot of stuff. I was first a teacher, then I was like working in the miniature industry, which is like basically this kind of projects run down here. So you can see I learned a lot about weight and silhouette and characters and movement while doing working on these projects. I started like working on this, and I've been working in different projects, trying to discover new ways of doing what I love to do, which is basically being a digital sculptor. So right now what you can see is I have working busts like this Batman, and I've been focusing in relearning different ways of sculpt anatomy. So you can see I have this guy, which is like a Wendigo, like a creator, more like a creator focused character. And there are like some other projects like this one, which is a male character, Nut, which is like something more related to mysticism and to occultism. And what I'm trying to do with this is re-experience the same knowledge I already know, that it's been evolving from miniature to other projects like animation and VR, and focusing all of that stuff into what I'm trying to accomplish right now, which is the status industry, in which I'm working right now, like full time. In that matter, I have worked with tons and tons of different brands. Some of them are brands like Warner Brothers, which is I work from them different status, which maybe next year you will be able to purchase them. Some of them will have my name on them. I've been working for the tabletop industry. I have even worked for Disney, working in some marketing projects, which I was there doing some VR for them. So yeah, I've been doing all around, like from teaching other people how to properly sculpt and anatomy and color and ZBrush and stuff. I have also like participated in different kind of projects, like some of them for internet, some of them for marketing, some of them for VR stuff, and most of my work have been for the 3D printing industry, even for major artistic things like classical sculptures and stuff. I've been involved. But yeah, it's been 7 years of creating characters like every single day. It's been a long road. I can say like I have hundreds of sculptures in my career so far. So yeah, there's that. If you want to become good at something, you gotta do it daily. You know, you gotta put your 10,000 hours in the subject, they say. So
Yes.
this is the latest project, like I told you, I've been working on. I want to show you a previous version of this one, in order
Yes.
to guide you to where this was and how I managed to go from that early point to this nearly endly point. To this point right now. So this is like a finish point. So we're going to close ZBrush, and I'm going to charge a older version of this. As you can see, I have tons and tons of versions. That's something in this industry. You gotta have your backup always. So that's a good advice over there. Every new day I work on the project, I actually create a new version in order to avoid problems with crashes and that kind of stuff. So well, here is the same project I already showed you, but in a really early stage. As you can see, this guy is broken into several tools. I have the bat symbol, I have the helmet. Is this a helmet? Well, its head. I have mouth, I have the gloves, and there is no detail on them because once I finish with the posing part, I will start adding like different details like folds and seams and that kind of stuff. So right now with this is enough in order to achieve a good base in order to finish, to, well, not finish, but to start giving those details that give the real life to the character. So let's start with that. The first thing I'm going to show you is that every single one of these parts are actually worked in order for them to have subdivision levels. These go from 7 to 1, so I have these really low subdivision levels, which is pretty easier to work with in the posing process. But I also have this level of 5 million polys, where I can come and add details pretty easily. I can come, add some leather details, some surfacing, and this one has no like UVs. I will cover the UVs part later on this same webinar. But as you can see, I can come here to the surface menu, and I can start working on this thing. And as you can see, you can start seeing some good detail in there, right? So it's really different if you see it like this than plain like the other glove, right? There's like an actual difference, and all those kind of details are important. So that's why you gotta start thinking in sculpting in subdivision level terms, because both of them are important. Like the most bigger will help you with the details, but the lowest ones will help you with the posing and stuff. So you can come here and start moving things pretty easily, because this is like so lightweight. You can manage to move things around pretty easily. So as I told you before, every single one of these parts are actually work in that with that same logic. All of them have a big subdivision level and a pretty lower one. And right now I'm going to pass all of these to Transpose Master. And what Transpose Master does is it helps us to create like a proxy file where all of these subtools will become one in order to like move the arm in one single movement. Because if I right now try to move my arm, I will not move the gauntlet with it, or the glove, because this is not a gauntlet. This is more like a glove. So if I try to move the hand, I will not be able to, because they are not the same tool. I could do it with this option. Yeah, I can do it with the gizmo, but this is like for small stuff. This is not for moving everything, because as you can see, you gotta do a lot of masking and stuff, and yeah, it's not that easy to move things around with that thing. I mean, it's in there, it's actually pretty good, but you will see the power of the transpose once we get in there. So let's jump into it. C plugin, and then go to Transpose Master, and let's click on Topis mesh. And what this is going to do, as I mentioned, it's going to create a new tool with all the different tools, subtools in it, but as a single one. As you can see, it's a single one. So now I can do this and start. Well, that is not the best mask I have ever done in my life, lol, but I can come and I can move everything pretty easily without like having a great headache like by doing this. So I have right now this character which has tons of polygroups, and I'm going to help myself. Once this is only one subtool, I'm going to help myself to create like this how to call it, to create the polygroups in order to move it faster. So how are we going to do this? Well, I'm going to come here, I'm going to select the elbow, then I'm going to press Ctrl W in my PC, in my keyboard, and now I have this new polygroup. Why this is so important? Because now I can come, make a quick selection, and I can move the elbow without moving anything else. And this is pretty great in order to move things around quickly. As you can see, I've done this like in less than 5 seconds by just doing like this process, right? So I'm going to put all the head in one single polygroup. Then I'm going to do the same with the arms. This does not have to be like perfect, but it does help a lot if it is perfect. So try to be as clean as possible with this. There you go. Then I'm going to put the how do you call this, the chest in another polygroup. Then I'm going to put all the belt in another one. Like that. Then right here I'm going to create another one for the abs. There you go. And now we're going to do the same for the knees under and the legs. This one I'm going to break them in order to create like the underwear part. And now I have to break the underwears. I gotta break them in order to connect this part to the legs, like this. So now I have knees, I have legs, I have the lower abs part, abdomen, abs, I have the chest, I have arms, I have the other part of the arm. Sorry, I can't recall how to call it. Sorry, and I have the head, right? So right now, if I want to move the arms, I just have to come here, create like a quick selection, which is I gotta do a control click on both polygroups like that, and I create a quick selection of that. So I can come here, smooth my mask by doing a control click over my topology, and that will smooth it out. And now I can come here and start moving things pretty easy and pretty faster. You gotta remember something. This is like a lovely way of doing things. This is why I love working inside ZBrush. As you can see, this software is my biggest tool. I mean, I use it practically every single day in my professional life. So this is a way of doing this, but the reality of things is that even this is great, it's not perfect. You are going to go back and clean all these kind of artifacts you are going to create, because I mean, this is not like a proper rig. This is just a quick version of moving things around in order to get things done and do it more like faster.